enjoyed staying at the tropical resort for one day and getting homework. I know I did. But still, everyone had real-life cameras and were taking photos everywhere. But today, it's time for fitness. And do you know what that means? It's time to look at Dr. Whitelaw doing science fair stuff, doing the weather too. I know, it's crazy, but it's wacky fitness. Woo! But most of all, the most important is it's the 80s. So that means ear-piercing music to where no one can hear anymore, and keep those smiles up even if you hate your job and life. So it's time to get fit. Now everyone stand up and follow with me. Keep those legs high. And before we do the weather, you knew this was coming if you were paying attention. So, let's have a sneak peek of my visit with the amazing and smart Dr. Whitelaw.
Tweetsie trail.
Oh, wow.
All right, and so try your luck with a magnet on it.
You know where the Tweetsie Trail is, right? Z?
Yeah.
Wow.
Compasses work better. All right. Right, so here's another piece of the magnetite. Right, now you've got two magnets competing with each other, so let's move this puppy out of the way a little bit. And actually what you do is you move the magnet. Yeah, pick it up, yeah, and just, yeah, right, so you can literally use the, right, the iron ore, and this is some iron-rich stuff that was left over that they didn't use. Because it doesn't feel quite as heavy, and it's got some funky stuff going.
Meteorite?
This is a meteorite. I have a bigger one, but I think I've got it buried downstairs.
Not that magnetic, but it's...
No, and one of the problems you're going to run into is some things, the actual material is quite magnetic, but there's lots of little grains pointing in different directions, and so they cancel each other out. Right. No, yeah.
Fool's gold.
Yep, and it grows, if it gets its weight, it'll grow in cubes. It grows in a variety of other ways, but that's the most common. Where the fossils have been turned into fool's gold, so they're pyrite fossils.
Okay, cool.
They are currently rusted.
Would you like just break them and they could just be a one full cube, or would they just be attached?
Well, when you start breaking something, we're talking about a property called cleavage, and different minerals have different ways of cleaving, or they do not cleave. Pyrite doesn't cleave, it shatters.
Wow.
Right? That's just the way it is. Salt. A few pieces that she claimed were legit, and it is radioactive. It's the right color.
Wow.
Everything.
So what do you call it? The triple? What was it?
It's called the Trinity. Right?
Trinity.
So the Trinity test. So the
Trinity
rock
test
is called trinitite.
Ah, trinitite. Okay.
So, do you want some?
Yeah.
Right, tape together and put on the lid. Right, would be a good standard. Right, so you're using the same amount of magnet each time. This is about 5% acid. It won't hurt your fingers. It won't put a hole in your clothes eventually.
It will put a hole in
your
your
clothes? Oh yeah, that's a huge sprinkle. Do you want to use that much? Because we won't get it back.
Yes.
All right,
Go big or
okay,
go home.
we'll do this for science then.
All right.
Put a drop of acid smack in the middle of that puppy and we'll see what happens. If the acid's going to do its job right, it should attack it and make it fizz. Right. So the sand is made out of calcium carbonate, or calcite, CaCO3. Right, and what the acid does, it attacks that and it gives off CO2, which is the bubbles in Pepsi.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, and so you've just bubbled that puppy.
It's time for the weather, but before we do that, I am here with Dr. Whitelaw. He's got some stuff.
All right,
Lots of stuff.
lots of sands. So yeah, we've been looking at the sands today. Hopefully, you can find some decent magnetism in some of these things.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what your results are going to be on that.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to talk about weather.
Yes. What is the weather?
All right. So, well, we've had a lot of rain today, so we must have had a front coming through. Sounds like we're still going to get a little bit of rain and wind tomorrow, which means the front's leaving, I hope. I'm looking forward to some nicer weather on Thursday. Should be improving up into the 40s, and I believe it's going to be sunny in the afternoon on Thursday.
Okay, cool.
All
What's
right.
the high?
So the high tomorrow is going to be 42, the low is 29. Right. So 29 is a little cool. So make sure you bring in pets. Right. Don't have your plants outside just yet. All right. So give all those animals a big hug and keep them warm. So, and then tomorrow after that should be okay.
Okay. And what's the chance of rain?
So I have no idea. The wind's coming up. I believe the rain's tonight and going into tomorrow. I know we're looking at about 1.5 inches of rain perhaps today. And it should be backing off this evening and going to tomorrow. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
That means we have to trust the weatherman, don't we? You're welcome. All right.
Thanks for doing the weather.
No worries.
Stop. Stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.